Hi, Dr. Mattu, clinical psychologist. In this video, I'm reacting to your request to review this video on Can You Survive Your Biggest Fear by Brent Rivera. I'm super excited to do this because I'm an anxiety expert, and usually my job is to help people overcome their biggest fear, so let's see what happens.
Lexi's getting ready right now. Her biggest fear is loud explosions.
Loud sounds are a super common fear. Scary movies use this to create that jump scare by timing a loud sound with the villain and something popping out. I see this a lot with veterans when they come back. They have a difficult time being around fireworks because those loud explosions really remind them of a combat zone. Loud explosions? I think everyone would have a fear of that.
We're gonna surprise her with a loud explosion.
Surprise with a loud explosion! I do not like the sound of that. The very first rule of exposure therapy is informed consent. That means you and the person you're working with are totally working together. You're in collaboration. There are no surprises.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Why would you do that?
What do you mean? Isn't that your biggest fear?
Obviously.
Drew and I are trying to help you get rid of your fear.
You just made it worse.
That is not how you get rid of a fear! You did not thrust it upon someone. You work with someone and you work with them in the kind of situations that loud fear might naturally occur. If someone has a fear of spiders, they don't need to interact with a tarantula. They need to interact with the kind of spiders that naturally occur in their environment.
That if everyone completes their fear, that I have to face my biggest fear at the end of the video.
And what is that?
Well, you're gonna have to wait and see.
Nice tactic to keep us hooked till the end of the video.
This is the walk of fear.
This is better because they all know that their biggest fear is coming. I would have asked them, what are you afraid is gonna happen? 0 to 100%, how much do you believe that's true? And then after they go through this experience, ask them that question again, like, did your fear come true? How do you know what you learned from the experience?
Open it, open it, open it, open
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Mealworms!
No, no, no.
How closely related is that to her actual fear and how that fear plays out in real life? It's probably not that related to it. I don't know if she also interacted with the mealworms enough to learn from the experience. She just kind of got through it. She toughed her way through it, which is what people with anxiety usually do. Maybe her fear of worms are more in context related to being in the outdoors and them crawling on her, things like that. That's where the exposure should have been.
I think I'm gonna pass out.
So this
Legit
one is
gross.
Jeremy's biggest fear.
Oh man, cockroaches. I treated so many cockroach phobias when I was in New York City. Common fear. No one really likes being around cockroaches. When it becomes a phobia is when it starts to get in the way of your life. So I had patients who couldn't go into public places, or they couldn't be in a room where they thought a cockroach might have been. I had people who couldn't go to their school or work because of the cockroach phobia. That's when it becomes a real phobia.
These are hissing cockroaches.
Hissing cockroach. I never interacted with hissing cockroaches.
Oh my.
All right, now she just experienced something that I have experienced time and time again with my bug phobia exposures, is most of the time, bugs actually want to get away from us. All right, reptiles are also really common phobia. A lot of people don't like to be around these things that look very different than us. Maybe there's a evolutionary reason why we are averse to creatures that look very different than mammals. I never have had a fear of snakes, and I think it's because in this assembly I was at as a elementary school student, I got to hold and interact with snakes. I got to learn about them. I got to learn about what types of snakes are dangerous, what type aren't dangerous.
Ben's biggest fear is like fish for some reason.
All right, so if his biggest fear is of fish, again, like, is it out there in the ocean? Is it to eat fish? His biggest fear is probably not stepping on fish.
We're gonna help you conquer your fear of being buried alive.
I don't want to conquer my fear.
Well, too bad.
If this isn't getting in the way of your life, then who cares? If you have a fear of being in the ocean, but you live in Kansas and you're never in the ocean, then who cares?
We're gonna bury you, and then we're gonna pour things inside that tube.
Yeah, I would not want to do this myself.
Me yummy.
Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
Incoming.
Oh shit. It's the
Oh,
tuna can. Oh. Stop, I can't breathe. Damn it.
hot milk. Oh, man, I would be really surprised if he doesn't throw up.
Dirty undies.
That can't be real poop.
Oh my god. Oh.
Crickets.
Oh.
Crickets?
Oh.
There used to be this idea about explosive therapy, I think is what it was called. It's where you take an exposure and you take it all the way above and beyond what is ever expected. It's kind of like stuff like this. Oh, you got this fear? We're gonna ratchet it up all the way. And what the research found on that is you didn't need to do that.
Our friend Liv is a really good singer, but she's super afraid of performing in front of a lot
right,
of
a
people.
public
So we
speaking
rented the
fear.
theater, got over 100 people in the audience, and we're gonna trick her into thinking that there is no one there. It's just you, me, and Drew.
You're gonna perform for us.
Pretend, Liv, that behind this curtain, there's 100,000 people, but they're all in their underwear.
The whole underwear thing, I've never really found that to like help people. She's got a beautiful voice.
You're the only thing I see, your baby.
You wanna see what the audience
Okay, I legit love this one.
Was it that hard?
No, isn't that bad?
Did she do good?
I like this one, especially if she got some time with the audience to get their feedback on how she did and how she actually performed. This could be one that really changes things for her.
So now that all my friends have faced their biggest fear successfully, it is now time for me to face my biggest fear.
All right, let me guess, what is his biggest fear? Not insects, not bugs, because he already did that kind of stuff. Clowns? Is it clowns?
Fear of heights.
No.
Fear of snakes.
Warmer.
Scary roller coasters.
I would say even worse than that. My new biggest fear is that this video won't get to 600,000 likes.
Is that your real fear?
Come on, that's not your biggest fear. You got like so many millions of subscribers. You're good. You're good, dude. There was only really one that was pretty similar to what I would do if you actually genuinely really want to help people overcome their fears. But I think the goal of this video was to make a cool, interesting, fun video, which it 100% was. Now, if you want to watch more reactions, check out what I think about TV therapists.